Okay, so let's take a look at number 1. And the topic, writing the equation of a line from a graph. So we're going to do some examples here. Directions. Write the equation of a line from each graph. Well, we need to know two things. We need to know the slope, and we need to know the y-intercept. The y-intercept's the easiest one to get. Notice that on the y-axis, our line crosses at 3. So right away, we get b is equal to 3. Now to get the slope, let's go ahead and count the rise over the run. So from here, we're going to rise 1, 2, 3, that's positive, and we're going to go to the right, 1, 2, which is also positive, so m equals 3 over 2. The equation is y equals m times x, so that's 3 over 2 times x, and then plus b, which is 3. So y equals 3 halves x plus 3. Now, is that correct? Well, one thing we can do is we can check this by going to y equals. Now I've already typed it in here. Y equals 3 halves, 3 divided by 2, times x plus 3. Zoom, we'll go down to number 6, enter. There's the line. Now does that look the same as what we have on the graph? I would say that looks pretty good. So number 1 is good. Let's do number 2. So let's do slope. We'll go down 1 this time, that's minus 1, over 1, 2, 3, 4. That's positive 4. So the slope is minus 1 over 4. The y-intercept, again, they've already given it to us. Where do we cross the y-axis? Right here, at negative 2. So b equals negative 2. So now we're ready to write the equation. The equation is y equals m times x, negative 1/4, times x. Now, it's plus b, but if b is a negative number, you can say plus negative 2, or just go minus 2. And that's a good answer right there. Notice that x and y, we don't put values in for x and y. And the reason is, when you look at a line, there are an infinite number of points on this line. All of those are x, y values. All of those make this equation true. So x and y changes depending on which point you use. So you don't need a value for y and x when you write the equation from a graph. You need the slope, you need the y-intercept. Okay, number 3. Let's count the rise over run. So we're going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's positive. Then we'll go over 1, 2, 3. So m equals 8 over 3. The y-intercept, where do we cross the y-axis? Right here, that's positive 4. So the equation is y equals 8 over 3 times x, so that's m times x plus the b value 4. So it's plus 4. That's your answer. Okay, now number 4, let's do the slope. I always do slope, I start with the point on the left. So that would be the 0, 0. Now I have to go up or down. In this case, I'm going down, 1, 2, 3. Down is negative. And then I'm going to go right, 1, 2, 3. Right is positive. So the slope is negative 3 over 3. We can simplify that. That reduces to negative 1. So m equals negative 1. Where do we cross the y-axis? Right here. And that's 0. So I say b equals 0. Now when you write this answer, there are two ways to write it. We can say y equals m is negative 1 times x plus 0. But we don't usually put the 1 as a coefficient, so we can just write this as y equals negative x. Now also, when you add 0, you get the same thing back. Well, I don't need that because it doesn't change anything. So my answer is just y equals negative x, and that's good. Okay, number 5, that's a vertical line. So we're thinking hoivux, hoivux. Well, this would be a vux, vertical vux. Now u is undefined, that's the slope. That's not the answer. They want the equation. The equation is x equals some number. Well, the number is where we cross the x-axis. 1, 2, that's positive 3. So the equation is x equals 3. That's it. That's the equation of the line. Every point has an x value of 3. If I take points here, for example, this is 3, comma, 2. This is 3, comma, negative 3. This was 3, comma, 0. Notice that the x value does not change. That's why it's a simple equation, x equals 3. That's it. Now in number 6, this is a horizontal line. So this is a hoi. Horizontal, 0 slope. The equation is y equals a number. Where do we cross the y-axis? Right here. That's negative 4. So y equals negative 4. That is the end of part 2. So now you can turn the page and we'll move on to part 3.